In this video, we'll show you how to set up integration with Cybereason.
The NAC appliance can use APIs to automatically check different types of servers and then automatically learn what devices can be trusted and also learn what devices may be out of compliance. Then using ARP enforcement, any device not meeting our policy requirements can be easily quarantined or restricted. Let's show you how this integration is done.
So we'll start this demonstration at the NAC dashboard. And from here, we can see there's currently 3 devices on the network. Now, 2 of these devices are Windows. One of those Windows devices is Windows 10 machine, and it currently has full access to the network and the internet. And we can see down below here that the device is being protected by Cybereason. So going back to the NAC dashboard, let's go ahead and drill down into that endpoint here. And that's this Windows 10 machine right here. And this is its unique host name. And we can see right now it's currently AD managed. We don't have the integration with Cybereason turned on yet. But the reason it's being assigned full access right now is simply because it's AD managed. Now we're going to want to make this more stringent and make sure that devices need to be both AD managed as well as being managed by Cybereason. So to do that, let's first go over to the Cybereason portal. And we're going to log into this. Now, all we need to set the integration is the information you see right here. The URL we're going to log into, as well as the credentials. So let's go ahead and log in. Once we're logged in, we're going to go find that system. So here we can see the host name of the machine. Of course, it's Windows, its IP address. We can see that the malware protection is indeed enabled. Signatures are up to date, but we also can see a few problems. It's not compliant with the policy it's been assigned. The firewall control is off, as well as device control is off. So what we're going to do with the integration is we're going to pull in this information that Cybereason has about the endpoint, so we can assign access based upon this policy status. So let's go back to the NAC dashboard here. And we're going to basically go up to configuration and integration so we can turn on the Cybereason integration. Now, earlier I showed you the URL that we're using to log into the dashboard of Cybereason. So this is the only information we need, is that URL and these credentials to be able to enable this integration. So I've already populated that data in there so we can test to see if we have a connection with it. And sure enough, we do. We're able to pull information from 73 devices. So everything's working fine. Now, in terms of what we're going to check for, there's a lot of details. So any device that's running the Cybereason sensor, we're going to go ahead and flag it as being AV managed, and we can check to make sure it's online or offline. More important things would be, is device control enabled? Has the signature up to date? Is the sensor up to date? Firewall checks, things like that. One of the other checks we're going to show you in this demo is devices that are not compliant with the Cybereason policies will be flagged as non-compliant. So let me go ahead and turn on this integration. And now with this integration turned on, we're going to be updating this information every 2 minutes. Let's go back to the dashboard here. So we're going to go back to that Windows 10 machine. We'll drill down into it. And here we can see there's a lot more data being flagged about this device. So we can see that, okay, it is being AV managed. We can see the firewall's off, device control is off, and non-compliant. These flags that we're seeing here matches the same data that Cybereason is telling us about this device. So everything looks good so far. But now that we have this data about the devices, let's go ahead and use this information to make our policies more stringent. So what we're going to do is let's go up to the auto device classification policies. And the first thing I want to do is to make sure that in addition to a device being AD managed, I want to make sure they're also being managed by Cybereason. So I'll add a new condition here to this policy. And that condition would be it has to have a device flag that's AV managed, which is what's being set when those devices are being managed by Cybereason. So let me go ahead and activate that. And at this point in time, we should be able to see now that He still has full access, but the reason he has full access isn't just because he's AD managed, but because he's both AD managed and AV managed. Both these conditions have to be true for him to be assigned this full access. Now notice in this policy, there's other conditions that have higher priority. For example, if the AV is out of date or the AV is off, he's going to be set to non-compliant status. Now those are both okay in our current setup, but I'm going to add another policy that if he is not compliant with the Cybereason policy, we'll also make him non-compliant. So let's go ahead and add that policy in. So here's our list of existing policies, and I'll go ahead and add a new one in. So when the device is not meeting the Cybereason or matching the Cybereason policy, it's being set as a non-compliant endpoint. So we're going to use that flag. Now, when we see that condition, there's actions we can take. Now, some of those actions could be send notifications, but in this case, we're going to just send set a role. And the role we're going to set for that device will be non-compliant status. And we can put a reason in here so the user knows what's wrong here as well. And I'll go ahead and save that. Now, before I activate this change, what I want to do is I want to move this up higher in priority. So in this case here, it's above being AD managed and AV managed. So if the device is non-compliant, it will take precedence. So I'll activate that change. Now we should see this change take effect right away. If we go back to the dashboard, we can see there has indeed been a change. There's a device now on the network that has limited access. And it's because it's non-compliant. This is the same exact machine. We can drill down on either one of these to see the status of why. And if we click on the reason it's being assigned this non-compliant role, it's because of this non-compliant flag that it has. Now the user's point of view is they're getting restricted access to the network right now. We're still letting them talk to the Cybereason server and things that are important, but we don't have to give them full access to the internet or to other resources. Now the user may not know what's wrong, but we can redirect his web page to tell him he's not compliant with the Cybereason policy, and the help desk, of course, could have gotten an alert to make sure this device stays in compliance with corporate policy. And this is how you can leverage the Cybereason integration to be able to do agentless compliance checks with ZTNA. Thank you very much for watching.